Welcome to Say It Larry J. I am your host, Larry J. Come on in. Come on in. Make yourself at home. Um, we have some dinner today. We have some baked chicken with some cut up lemons. Well, no, squeezed lemon juice, some chicken bouillon, some of that seasoning in there, some cut up onions, bell peppers, green and red, and jalapeno peppers in the chicken, and it was baked as it marinated and sucked up the flavors in there. Very delicious. Then I took some of those same bell peppers because I had a lot of them. So then I did some white rice, but then I use a lot of the chicken juices to make the rice. And then I actually, in a different pot, I sauteed some green and red bell peppers, some a jalapeno onion. I mean, a jalapeno, some onions, and one of those serrano peppers. I did it just a little bit because I wanted to give it a little crisp once you add the um the vegetables in there. So what I did, I waited till the rice got done. Then I actually poured a little water in the sauteed vegetables, as let it sit, soak up the juice, and then I poured those over into the rice, stirred it up, let it just saute together, and the flavors marinate. And did some asparagus. How I did the asparagus, I sauteed the asparagus on the stove. I squeezed two lemons of the juice in there, put some Worcester sauce and some salt and no, just some pepper. I like using the grind pepper. So go in there and get you a plate and make yourself at home. Don't make no mess. If you can't eat, make sure you get you some, probably two or three napkins. No, you can't take the whole roll. They have sitting beside you. You don't need to take the whole roll. They expensive. So let's jump right in it. How's your day going? I hope it's great. It is Tuesday. I am on early because it is a beautiful day outside, starting and kicking off. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Give me a knock, knock joke. Now, I said I was going to kick this off with, I don't know if many of you remember, back in the 90s, there was a show called Lamb Chops. It used to come on Channel 8, GPTV. That was the channel that showed Sesame Street, Barney, Curious George, Reading Rainbow, Thomas the Tank Engine, and some more of those, a plethora of shows. And it was about learning, caring, and loving your neighbor. Who, which some of you don't even know how to do. You don't even know how to love your neighbor. So this show was about a little lamb, and the little lamb had like windshield wiper, like some of the eyelashes that you see on ladies these days. There's like a feet long in their eyes, and it'd be like, well, lamb chops had those type of eyelashes. Actually, I don't think, because lamb chops was a puppy. It was a lamb. It was a puppet. I don't even think lamb chop did lamb chop have eyes, or was it just some long eyelashes? But anyway, there was a segment in there called Knock Knock Joke. Give me a knock knock joke. Well, I thought that I would throw that in there just kicks and giggles. But I thought about it because it threw me into the segment of, I was driving my car Friday and Thursday. I've been driving my car about every day, but it was either Thursday or Friday. I was going to get me some Zaxby's. I think it was Friday. And yeah, it was Friday because I had, said, bought some Zaxby's, invited y'all in there to get some. So I was driving my car and I'm listening to the radio, and I think it was Offset, Ossoff, and he was on the radio and they was talking about, one of the political figures, and she was a African American lady. She was knocking on the governor's door, because she played a part in there with the bill that he actually had signed. I didn't actually get into the gist of it, but I'm just painting some of you a picture because I am getting to the gist of some of y'all don't even be knowing what be going on in the city, the state, and the country, and the whole wide world. But anyway, this happened in Atlanta, Georgia. It was at the governor, wherever he do his office and business and stuff, at the Capitol, or maybe his house, whichever one. So she was knocking it. I think it was at the Capitol. She was knocking on his door, and the state trooper had asked her not to knock on the door because the door was closed because he was getting ready to sign the bill. But I think she was supposed to be in there. But anywho, she kept knocking. I mean, that's the credit when you're talking about etiquette. See, etiquette is polite. If you know there is something major and important going on, you don't just bust up in there talking about some. I'm here, y'all. You know, like how some of y'all do at some of these people parties that you're supposed to be there at 3 o'clock and you end up getting there at 7 o'clock and you wonder why the party is skimpy. But anyway, she just knocked and she knocked. She was warned and she was arrested. But that's where everything took flight because she was arrested just for knocking at the door, especially in a place that she was actually supposed to be in. Why is that phone going off? But she was supposed. Wait just a minute. I have to go cut this phone off. I'm sitting up here. I'm coming back, y'all. Here I come, y'all. I had to go turn this phone off. I'm back, you all. I had to turn this phone off because I could not. Y'all up here. I'm up here doing a live and y'all listening to the phone ring. Anyway, well, she was arrested, so it actually went out viral. It hit major outlets about she was arrested, and I mean major outlets. That mean not just people in Atlanta know, people in Georgia know, people in the United States, and more than likely over the world. So the issue was, she was arrested just for knocking at the door. But then when we go back to the situation that happened in January, it's amazing how the laws actually play favorites to certain particular parties. And not other parties. So I'm just itching on my chin. That's it. So it's amazing. And then it depends on the caliber of, the level of your funding as well. So it's amazing because then when you look back in January, they didn't knock at the door. They just stampeded their way in the door. Not only did that, you had some people that went in that lady office and they had taken charge of that lady office like it was their office. Because I was confused because I thought that was his office. Because he was sitting at that lady office. He was just going through her desk, just opening up mail, federal offense. He didn't care. But, rules apply to different people. So I'm like, with these people, and she was just knocking at the door. So, that have blown up. And then my sister sent me a TikTok where it was some people, I want to say at the Capitol, but they was actually, standing there making a stand and a statement. And in so many words, they were pretty much saying, you will be up next. We will be getting you out next. Because see, that's another thing. That's why they're trying to implement and throw in embedded laws when it comes to voting, because they're starting to see people are starting to wake up. Some of those people that sit out there and, hey, that voting stuff, your vote don't count. They're starting to see voting has power. And so people are moving and putting who they want in position with the power of their vote. So they're going out and they're voting. Okay, you want to act like a fool up in office? Okay, gotcha. Time to vote. Time to elect leaders. His name down there. We won't be voting for you. oh, we getting him out. We're gonna pick this other person. Then you pick the other person. Then see, voting has power. So there are people in place right now trying to throw in things so it can actually be a distraction of voting. So it can minimize some people voting, because you have people that mail in their ballots and things. So now they're trying to make it required that you have your ID and you have to be within a certain amount of time. Because see, and there are only a certain amount of mail in, what is it called? I'm sitting up here, don't it's certain ballot places that you can mail in your vote. They're probably gonna put the nearest mail-in ballot thing. They're gonna probably put it in Savannah. So if you mailing in ballots, they're allowed to put that thing in Savannah. If you doing mail-in ballots, the nearest mailing posting that you can go to is Savannah. If you live in Savannah, the nearest mailing post you can go to is probably in Columbus or Athens. So that was the whole segment of that. But then the lady that actually got arrested, well, if I'm not mistaken, her charges were dropped. How you gonna arrest somebody and you gonna file them with a federal charge like they did something wrong, all because they knocked on somebody's door? Knock, knock, knock. I guess that song. So I guess they implemented that song by Monica. Knock, knock, knock. Stop knocking. Don't come knocking at my door. Ooh, ooh. No, that song does not work in governmental offices, especially if you hold a political office. You cannot sing that song and tell that lady, don't come knocking at your door. That's not just your door. That is the American people. Really, that's the American people, though, because that's the tax money that pay for that dough. And the tax money comes from the American people. So you can't sing Monica's song, knock, 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 stop knocking, don't come knocking at my door. Ooh, ooh. Okay, enough on that. We've talked about, because the lady, they don't drop the charges, which that's a wonderful thing. They should. In which I think they knew they had to. So that's enough upon that. Let's get to a little nasty X-rated XXX here. Let that just sink in. Now I'm talking about Little Nas X. So he came out with a video called, let me see, Alexia, pull up Little Nas X video. Pull it up. Okay. Thank you, Alexis. You can be so helpful sometimes with your trifling self. So Little Nas X came up with this video called Monterio, Call Me By Your Name. I don't know if some of y'all seen that video. That video will have you going just like this. You know how they do at church when some people say something. Wait just one moment. And then they come back because it'd be too much. I looked at that video. I was in it. My eyes are just like that. I was like, whoa. When I tell you he did. Now I will say with that video is out of the box. And I don't just literally mean out of the box. I mean way out of the box. But it is a great marketing strategy. Why is it a great marketing strategy? It is a great marketing strategy because it's very creative. It have a lot of art in it. And it's not something that you would normally see. And I mean, literally, you wouldn't normally see it. So it is very great. How you know it's have a great marketing strategy? Because not only I'm sitting up here talking about it, but major outlets are talking about the video. Now that video could possibly come back to hurt him. He also got out some shoes, but we'll get to the shoes later. But the video have a lot to say, and it have uprooted a little something with people. Now again, that's a great marketing thing, but I don't do Now I've did some things of where I was actually, who is this? I have did some things where I was actually I shouldn't answer this on live. Hello. I am live.
I know you live. Why you live before 7 o'clock?
Because I have somewhere I'm actually going.
So that band name is not no Nas. It's Nas.
Y'all hear how she corrected me on this live? Yes, that's his name, Little Nasty X. I mean, Little Nas X. Let me see.
I was calling to the show because I want to get into this subject today in my Kaya voice.
Oh, let me. Okay, everyone, I'll be back. I have to go get my little thingy. I don't know why I'm not prepared.
Oh, that's funny thing.
Y'all come. I'm coming, y'all. Y'all just be patient. I don't know what I did. Here I come. We talking about Little Nas, y'all. Just keep stuffing your face with chicken. Okay. See, y'all, I am back. Excuse me for that. I had to go get something else that's attached to my laptop so I can collaboratively move my fingers and hands. So we was actually talking about this thing with Little Nas X, his nasty X self. So what are your thoughts on the video?
That Santana video, and you watched the whole thing?
Yes.
Why would you use something like that that's spewing out those spirits? I just seen bits and pieces of it and got the message of it. In other words, that's a good hot mess. That's a hot mess.
Well, I said it was a great marketing strategy, but I never got it. Huh?
Most definitely. He did that now.
Now that spiritual part of it. Now I have done some things and, some explicit things, but I can't really truly say that I actually had sex with the devil.
He done slid down there and killed the devil. He took over.
Hey.
I say, fuck the devil. I'm the devil. And what gets me is, okay, he done got all these people bamboozled with Old Time Road. He say people done talked about him and his sexuality and sexual preference. And so they told him he was going to hell, so he decided, okay, he gonna go. That's fine. Why you gotta spew it out there for everybody else to see it? You want to worship Wiccan, Satan, whoever you want to worship, Allah, Buddha, Zuda, Zante, whoever. Worship that. But don't be spewing it out for all these kids that's watching you. And yeah, people need to follow to their kids, but we live in a world where they don't.
Well, he did say that y'all kids ain't his responsibility. You need to do your job.
True. Old Time Road. Didn't they have some kind of dance with it or something?
Well, with that video, yeah, he got on before he killed the devil. He got on the devil, and he had. Okay, everyone, I'm about to just take it there just for a little tad bit. He got up there and he actually had his bootay, and he was like giving the devil a lap dance, and he had just open. Okay. It was like he was just clapping.
Pretty wide open.
And so then he stood up and he went to teasing the devil like, you see what I can do? I do what I want to do. What you gonna do? You see how I can dance on you and I can throw it back and you gonna sit there and do nothing because this is my show. He did that, didn't he?
Okay, so after you watched that, what did you do to protect yourself, your spirit, man?
Well, after I had watched that, that's this is a purpose of why I'm wearing this spider shirt today. But after I
Oh,
watched that, I covered myself in the blood of Jesus. For those of you that may not be saved, or you don't believe in God, I
you
believe in
got to be
God.
saved to cover yourself in the blood. Look at
What?
all them. You ain't got to be saved to cover yourself in the blood. Look at all them Jesus had with him. All them jokers wasn't right.
We
And they done
have
that nine
we
Jesus and
have
everything.
evangelist so and so and so on the
I ain't no evangelist, but child,
but
they done lied, cut people ears off and everything else.
but you have to, and that's what people don't understand when you start tapping into the demonic world, especially for people that say, "Oh, I'm so spiritual." Are you really? Because when you spiritual, you understand demonic portals. When you go to sticking it and flicking it with the devil, you make it up out the bed and walk away. But it's what you walked away with, especially when you clapping it back on the devil and you doing all of this stuff, and then you just say, "Well, I could just watch me walk away." Yeah, we gonna watch.
But he got a price to pay. I mean, I hope he's ready to pay that price.
What is the price that he's gonna pay?
He gonna really get to see him face to face. But while he here on earth, that deal he made with him, because I mean, you can make a deal with crooks and robbers, but if you making a deal with a crook and a robber, what they gonna do? Come back and steal what you got, what you done stole with them. They know all your secrets.
So you saying he made a deal with the devil?
Oh yes, most definitely. He tapped over into an unknown world. You seen them shoes? He got shoes.
We ain't gotten to the shoes yet.
Oh my
bad. Did y'all hear that? He made it. Y'all do understand when you do stuff. Well, some of y'all may not understand, but this is what we here for. I mean, if you believe it, you do. You don't, you don't.
That's why he tell us to repent. I mean, all the day long, we're gonna make sins, we're gonna make mistakes. But when we intentionally do stuff, and then like I said about the thieves and the robbers and the crooks and stuff like that, when you intentionally go with them, why you think, okay, everybody don't get second degree murder. Okay, you done went with them, you knew they were going to kill somebody. What you gonna get? You going to prison too. So you think you going down there sliding on the devil clapping. He didn't make it rain. The devil make it rain. The devil didn't make it rain, so you gonna get paid. One way or another.
What? Like,
why is you laughing?
Because it's funny. I mean, but we know it's true. But some others, they may just be like, well, it's just a video. I mean, it's just arts. I mean, what's the big deal?
It's just art. Okay.
Yeah, some people, it's just
like
art.
Those other guys. Do you notice, like, lately in Atlanta area, well, in Texas too, these little people been getting shot and stuff, these rappers and stuff been getting shot. They said immediately after they said certain things and did certain things, next thing you know they did. And I pray that's not going to happen to that baby. I pray he get it together. But he going to have to fight like where he went to get it together, because you got to fight all them demons you made a deal with. Because it don't just come with him only. The devil just the representative. All them little leprechauns he got beside it, they went in them too.
Do you think he knew this, or someone talked to him about this before he decided to do this?
He may have knew. Yeah, I think he knew it. Yeah, because it was planned. If you look at the advertising and all that they're doing, it was planned. But he didn't know what detriment it was to his soul. Because that's not just him. The devil is gonna attack. It's gonna be him, his generation. Don't the Bible say up until 1,000 generations?
It does.
I think not. Yeah, up until 1,000 generations. So we as a people now, we're already fighting off stuff, and now that we have the knowledge and the wisdom, okay, we're rebuking it, we repent, we fasting, we praying, we fighting off stuff that happened generations ago. We didn't know until we got any knowledge. Somebody done school him on the satanic knowledge, and that's fine. Just be ready for it.
Well, speaking of satanic knowledge, since you brought it up, even though we were going there anyway, them shoes. Cause you know those shoes. But you know the question is, what I was pondering, whose blood and where did the blood come from?
The guy, what's his name? The guy that he collaborated with, or either the creator of the shoes, Mischief, or whoever he is. It's somebody on their staff, I think. They said it's their blood. I read it somewhere. Allegedly. I read it somewhere. Yeah, I read that somewhere that was his blood. I don't care who blood is. I don't know his spirit. I don't know what he done went. What deal he done made, who he done made a deal with. He could have made a deal with Ike Turner. He up there knocking somebody's side of the head. You don't know.
But what about this, the demonic symbol that comes on there? And then all the demonic things that are inside the packaging of the marketing of the box. And the scripture he quotes, if I'm not mistaken, is Luke, is it 10 and 18?
Yeah. Well, he did. It went down to hell. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was so much thought in this. And people just think that it's just, it's innocent. No, it's not. Yes, innocent for them that I already know that's on their side. Because why did it sell out? They said it sold out in minutes.
What, the shoes?
Yes, they sold out in minutes.
And those shoes about $1,500. I did look them up. By the way, before I interject and we go in, do you, because you know people, they don't like.
You say we now? I just called in for the while. I didn't say I was going to host on the show, but go ahead on.
Do you want your name to be out there, or do you want to remain anonymous? You know, some people don't be wanting their name out there.
I mean, people probably know my voice anyway.
Everybody don't know your voice.
Oh.
You know what field you operating in. And you know I be talking about you all this time.
I don't give a flip what field I operate in. That's why I learned a lot of knowledge in. Because I work in that field. And that's who taught me a lot of it. Yeah, you can say my name. What the song says, say my name.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
You know, every time I think of Destiny's Child, I think about something else.
Child, you gonna need Destiny's Child, all the childs to help out.
So.
But yeah, that's just crazy. But that's why I learned about that when I actually started working in law enforcement. Was they educated me on the different religions, Wiccan and stuff. Yeah, I took a class in college, but nothing like being in the presence of someone who actually worships that religion and shares with you, and then you see them with their little classes in the corner. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now we've just heard.
What?
We've just heard. You've given us insight of how you know all of this intuitive knowledge on the spiritual backdrop and everything.
Yeah, that symbol and all that. Because I mean, when I started working law enforcement, I didn't know what the people were doing over there in the corner. But some of them was weak and some of them was, satanic people worshiping Satan. Some of them didn't even believe there was no Satan or no God. So, I mean, you had different things. And they're free to worship what they want to worship. But you don't need to spew that or force that others. Well, what he did was what so many others do. They manipulative. They do it through the music. They streaming the music. And, Well, what about the music?
It's music to their ears. Yeah, I put on this shirt on purpose because I said, since I'm going to get up here and talk about what is his name? Lil Nas, yeah, him. I say, this shirt have a spider on it. And certain spiders they can look like they won't harm you, but certain spiders, if they bite you, the effect won't happen right then, but it'll happen later on. But it's going to happen. So that's why I wore this shirt. Y'all see how pretty it is? It's a riddle. Some of y'all probably figured it out. Some of y'all probably haven't. You're not right. It's slow, but it's catch up. So it's a nice shirt. It's in my closet. I said I didn't want to wear the same thing.
Yeah, that spider had you waking up stinking, dead.
And you just be thinking like, hello, everybody. Oh, I just got bit by a little spider.
It's just crazy. I just seen the title to my knock knock, little Nas. You talking about Nas X? I said, what is he doing on this early? Okay, I'm gonna call him.
You know, when I saw you call, I said, nah. I said, well, maybe. I said, I think that might be her on the other line on this thing that I'm seeing another number at because it don't show me the name. And I said, this must be her. She probably know I'm online. She gonna get on call. She gonna get on the camera with me. She ain't got on camera. Her voice just on. I wonder when she get on camera with me.
No, I would not.
Y'all see how she do me. She don't want to get on camera. Her or that other sister.
Whatever one. Well, none of them get on there. So why you just gonna point out two? One for all and all for one. But back to the little Nas. The people ain't trying to hear our bickering and how deep we go with some of our conversation. We be all over the place, and people be confused.
No, they won't.
Spaghetti junction, honey. The way our conversation go be like spaghetti junction.
I wonder what would, because I saw those shoes. I was just curious. You know, Curious George have a way of thinking like, well, I wonder people wearing these shoes. I would like to be around them for like a week or 2 weeks to see how things go with them.
You really want to play with fire, don't
you? No, I have an oven in here. I don't play with it.
Well, you act like you just want to take that power line out and play with it because you want to be right there for a week. And you already know. I mean, I can understand if you didn't have the knowledge because everybody don't have the knowledge.
How you know I got the knowledge?
Well, you right about that because you know, sat there and watch the whole video because I won't watch it because I'm like, no, baby, I don't have to fast and pray for 40 days and 40 nights to watch that video. I'm not playing with that. Because them demons are for real. They real. We fighting enough already. We just got your crazy president out of there. So we fighting out enough already.
Wait a minute. Let's stop. Then you say, you do? What country you live in? I'm sorry. I thought are you in another country?
I was not up under him. I was a sovereign citizen. I didn't follow the rules and the regulation he had said. I just followed the laws of the land. Now, he said, because he didn't follow the laws of the land, because he created his own laws. So we just got him out of there. We're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with people with all this craziness. They'll throw all the people out of the mental health hospital. That's what that baby needs to be. That baby got some mental issues. That baby, and then people need to leave these folks alone. Let these people, okay, I don't believe in all that old sexual immortality stuff. Let them do what they do. Leave them folks alone. You don't know what level of mental illness that man on, or if he can even handle it. Now y'all badgering the man. Now they really ramming the man because he done did this. Pray for the boy, because he don't know no better.
How old is him?
I don't know how old he is, but I hope you correct that. You know, teaching people and being instructors and stuff. I hope you correct that him. But I mean, you know.
She didn't put me out there saying I was teaching people. Yes, how old is him?
I don't know how old he is, but I know he's young.
I should ask Alexis. I'm finna ask Alexis and pick up my phone.
I thought her name was Alexa. You rename everybody.
Because it is. Mine is Alexis. Sometimes she become Mercedes. But do you want to ride in my Mercedes car?
Mercedes, boy. All right.
But you know, I be trying. I just know sometimes with people, I have to be careful with, saying they're not. Okay, stop right there. Yeah. To Little Nas.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, yes. Look at God.
Yes, we're going to go into another direction about changing names, and people don't like their name change when you give them that. So, Little Nas, yes. Well, I hope everything work out.
Don't just hope. You can't just hope. You got to pray. When I tell you we got to fast and pray for our youth, our children, because these people they're going through something. And you don't know what pushed them over to that. I mean, I'm not blaming anybody because we got to take responsibility for ourselves, but we also got to look out for our youth. And I mean, somebody could have said something to him to push him the other way because, you know, we as Christian people of God, sometimes we badger people so to where they come out with guns blazing. You can't even decide to make a mistake. We weren't perfect. We did things. You can't even make a mistake around here these days because they punishing you. They beating you up. Social media is so crazy. You know how many probably messages and DMs and how much they tagging that boy and all that stuff. That's a lot on him.
You think it's really a lot on him, or is he enjoying it?
Okay, who that was that sold for how many pieces of silver?
It was Judas.
Judas. And what Judas ended up doing when he made it, Judas made a deal with the who? The devil. What Judas ended up doing, Judas sold his soul. For how many pieces of silver? Was it 10 pieces, 7 pieces? How many pieces of silver? But what he ended up doing, what we seen Judas was.
Didn't he hang himself?
Exactly.
Well, I want to know what made him hang himself. What made him hang himself?
Because he couldn't pay up. Oh. He could not pay up. The price to pay cost too much. He couldn't pay up.
He couldn't pay up. You know, I think Tasha and Mackenzie, they're with you with this one. We're standing with you.
Who is Tasha and Mackenzie?
Tasha, Mackenzie.
Oh, you don't rename them?
For now.
Child, you should have painted them of African American descent.
No. We do not promote prejudice or racism.
There ain't no prejudice or racism.
These people are who they are. This is how they came. They was born like this when I ordered them.
Well, you should have got Maya Angelou up there or somebody else on the other side. But I mean, you know, they ain't with you, child.
Yeah, Mackenzie and Tasha, y'all tell her. Y'all are very supportive people.
You don't know what Mackenzie doing. Mackenzie could be a little non-egg. Did you research Mackenzie before you threw him up there?
Oh, Mackenzie's good. He have a very good background. So is Natasha.
Oh, you done changed a good name. This is why we can't go into subject or change your name. Anyway, you the host. You're supposed to get back to the subject. Stay on task. Was announced because I am really concerned for our nation right now.
I'm concerned. Am I concerned for our nation? This nation's gonna do whatever they want to do. I keep this nation.
We got to protect our children.
Say what?
Well, we got to protect. I wish somebody would have told me not to do a whole lot of certain things that I did when I was young. I mean, I wasn't too bad, but I wish somebody would have told me.
Well, you see, this generation is different than from our upbringing, because our upbringing, you know, we had different older people. It was like a village. I mean, you did stuff, but you did stuff with sense. You didn't have social media. You didn't have cell phone. You didn't have Tweety Bird. You didn't have the Book of Faces. You didn't have none of that stuff. The Planet of Blacks. You didn't have none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Up there.
We need the Planet of Blacks, but that makes a difference. That makes so much of a difference because so many of these children are influenced by social media. Who that was? Somebody just sent me, said that somebody did a text about the effects of what people doing on social media, how it messed with them. Well, let me see who that was. Safari. About these children, I mean, you know, social media is really playing a part on them and their self-esteem, and they ain't even got time to esteem themselves. They got blood in shoes, pentagons on stuff.
Can I cut?
People shooting up stuff.
Well, social media drive a lot of that because a lot of people get their self-esteem from a research article from psychologists. They get it from what it is, social media. Social media brand up a lot of people's self-esteem. That's why when people feel like they have to put everything on here, they turn social media into a counseling outlet. And then like with these younger people, I mean, they like to do whatever. They like to, you know, Experience the world, jump off the ledge, see if gravity really exists. See, we didn't do that because we knew gravity exists. So when you do try to tell them something, especially someone in our age bracket, I'm 25. So especially in our age bracket, they look at you and they're like, well, what do you know? And then you trying to tell them to help them and educate them and warn them. And they be like, F-bomb this, and they like throw it away, and they do it anyway. And then they want to cry out for, help me, help me, help me.
No, they want to make a GoFundMe page.
And become successful with it. From the looks of it, they become successful with it. You know what? I went to New York and I spent all of my money. I'm waiting on this unemployment. And so can y'all help me get back home? I started a GoFundMe. My goal is to raise $10,000 for me to get back home to Florida. Because I only came up here to go visit my sister because I thought she needed help. And then we decided we wanted to go party while we was at the Apple. So my goal is $10,000 for y'all to help me get home because I got to go through 4 states to get back home. Please help me. Then I look up.
With social media?
Yep. And then I look up, I got $40,000 in my account. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He got kids. Yeah, I got kids. I got little Chucky as a dog at home. They don't know.
Can I make a GoFundMe page?
Anyone is making them these days. Like the little girl that came to the what it is, the Players Ball, the ATL.
That was that weekend.
All-Star. And she decided she wanted to come here, even though y'all we don't went somewhere else. Even though she decided she wanted to come here, and she wanted to party.
Her unemployment check.
And she raised a lot of money. See, that's what we're talking about when it comes to these younger people, because I mean they just feel like they could just, but the sad thing, it worked because people gave to her GoFundMe account. When all she
gave all that money, now everybody done got their little stem and went out and bought them shoes.
I should start me a GoFundMe account.
So now you got to look down at people's feet when they come in your house, showing up now.
So since you said that, so let's see. If someone come visit you and they wearing them shoes, so I mean, they're a loving person, they're kind. How would you handle that situation? I mean, are you going to be loving and embraceful to them?
I'm going to be fair, firm, and consistent. I honor me. This is about me. And that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Here she go.
You might be a loving, kind person. You might be loving and kind. You might be all of those things. But at the same time, something ain't right. And no, you will not step over this threshold coming up in here.
So
you will not get in my car. No.
Wait a minute.
I don't need to be around you.
Wait a minute. So you are not going to let somebody in your house. I mean, according to a lot of people, they just shoes. What's the big deal? You can let them people in your house. Let them in your car. They may need a ride. Let me to pass out. What are you going to do?
So if somebody just shot up the school and they come over here and said, they nice, they loving, they kind, but they just shot up the school, killed all them people children, and I'm going to let them come in.
Nitasha.
He going to lay the gun down. He ain't going to shoot me. He going to lay it down.
He may just tell you it's for self-defense. He keep it with him for self-defense.
Well, he can self-defense somewhere else.
So you're not going to let them in? That's their nice shoes. And they got their little ring, their little demonic symbol on there. She gonna tell them people. So just so y'all know, y'all cannot come in Monica's house if y'all are wearing these shoes. Y'all cannot come in her house. Or if you get in her car, and now the funny thing is you accidentally get in there and she looked down at your shoes, you more than likely you may have to get back out. I wonder, will you put them in the trunk? Will you tell them they could ride in the trunk? They won't be in the car with you.
They finna be riding me.
Well, guess not everyone, you all have it.
What would you do?
What would I do?
Say it, Larry J.
Well, with them wearing those shoes, Mackenzie, what you think that I would do? Are you looking at Natasha? That's a good question.
Oh, you can't answer?
I just, with those shoes, I just never. I would let them ride in the car with me. I would take them to the destination.
I'm finna limit my time around you right now because I don't know what you over there playing with. I see your head just sitting up there.
So, what are your thoughts?
I know I asked you. Don't do reverse psychology on me. I'm the one that investigates people, not you.
Excuse me, I investigate people too.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't think it would be? They're still a human being at the same time.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a human being too. Did he eat up all them chopped all this? Well, that boy named that went over there in Mississippi. Where he went? Mississippi, South Carolina, shot up all them people while they was in Bible study.
Y'all, this ain't funny. I'm not laughing because them people killed them people and ate them for dinner.
Jeffrey Dahmer ate them. I ain't got a fiance now. Probably not married by now.
Now, more than likely, coming into my house, yeah, you probably would have to leave those shoes outside the door.
No, you got to stay outside the door. You ain't even got to stay
Yeah, like
if we had a cookout, if we had that family cookout, and they there, he, she, they, whatever, whoever they is wearing them shoes, is there. Who gonna leave? It's me. Why did you laugh? That's what I want to know.
Because it's funny.
No, because I realized how serious that stuff is. Jesus one line. Don't entertain them different spirits. He said, watch as well as pray.
So what words will you give the little Nas X if you was able to have a conversation with him?
I'd probably be mute.
I mean, like what guidance and motivation and inspiration and spiritual knowledge that you will be able to impart in him to help him along the way?
Ask him to drink some of that water I'm drinking because I'm going to be fasting and praying, and I ain't saying too much to him because I don't know what he got going on.
No encouraging words of guidance and direction? What would they be?
Just praying for him. That's all I can do. I can't say nothing to him. I don't know what kind of powers he got.
What do you mean? What kind of powers?
I stay away from people like that. I'm scared of that. I'm not too old or too ashamed to say, I'm scared of that. I stay away. Joseph ran and left his coat from Pharaoh's wife. Honey, you can have a coat, the drawers, everything. I'm leaving.
Did y'all hear her say when if somebody at the cookout, she leave?
I'm going to jump in my little vehicle saying, honey, it's going to be on 2 wheels.
And what if they say, wait, why you leaving? And they run behind you with them shoes on.
It's me, it ain't you. I ain't do nothing. You know, don't worry about it. It's me. And how many pounds of shoes they sold? 666.
I can't recall. I just know they sold out.
I think it was 666.
Because I thought the shoes, I say, well, I know them shoes about $300 until I saw they was like $1,500. I said, oh, and they sold out. How you sell out about $1,500 off the shoes? Like, who do y'all know out there? Y'all went and invested. Let's talk about me. Do y'all know y'all could have invested that money in me and I could have did something productive, gave to somebody that was in need, or help somebody pay the bill, keep some of the money for myself. I'm just going to let you know that right now. And help somebody that's in need and everything, paid some bills. If y'all went and gave that's $1,500. For these shoes. I mean, but you know, it's your money. You do it. I always tell people, you have choices. You have choices. Those choices you're entitled to make. You are entitled to do whatever you feel free to do it. Your money. This is the Jeopardy show. This is your money. Allegedly. This is not the Jeopardy show. Just throw that out there. But I wonder. Let's see. Y'all, I'm not gonna get up again because I want 666 times 1500.
Add it up.
Yeah, what is 666 times 1500?
You sure that was 1,500 or 1,200?
It was around there. I just say 1,500. It was. I know it was past 1,000.
I'm scared to put that number in my calculator. $999,000.
Also, they're probably gonna remake some more.
But you know, Nike want that because they suing them. Because they say they didn't authorize them to do that with this shoe.
Well, didn't he have somebody else to do that with the shoe?
But they had a Nike symbol on it. Their Nike shoe. And somebody revamped the shoe. They recreated the shoe.
So how do you think this is gonna work? Because that is his product, but it's on their brand. How do you think? How are they gonna collaborate this?
I don't know. That's what everybody's saying. What this backlash from, because you got to look at the people that bought those shoes and the people that worship whatever he worshiped him. How they gonna come out? And do we got the money to fight this with Nike? Because Nike saying, you know, they ain't doing this because I wasn't buying no more Nike. Because I'm like, if y'all sitting there backing this, I don't need to be backing y'all. Because that's mama money.
Wait, what? Was that French? What was that word? I know I created
that was
words.
That was on the movie.
What was that word again? Was that footage?
Mama money.
Oh, my mom and Nani. Oh, that's a French word.
Money. They saying money.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So we'll see how this play out because they say Nike someone.
And what you say if they would have did that, they weren't gonna get no more what from you?
I can't get my money. I'm like, oh, Nike, y'all doing this, but I seen it on news, but they can be lying now. So I'm gonna do my research.
Now you know.
They can be lying, saying they ain't got nothing to do with it, and they did. So I don't want them putting that boy out there like that. But they had that boy name on the news, Mischief name on the news. I seen on about 3 stations because you know I be watching live news. About 3 stations, and Nike was talking about it, honey. They had them cute little Caucasian women up there talking about it.
Well, so now you know that Nike. It depends on what their stance is with it, because they can say one thing, but then you know they're looking at all these numbers and what he's bringing in. How you think
They
this?
say they want that money that they use to off their name. They want that money.
You think they may partner with him or do some type of collaboration?
Nike's not gonna partner with them. They too scared. They too scared.
What do you think they're scared of? So
of the different religions that they do respect, and the different people, because they say, you have a practice. You're right to practice what you practice, but you don't see Nike running around here putting no crosses on them. You ain't got no Buddha on there.
I got a shoe. Let me go. Let me quit. I ain't got no shoe with that. So that will play.
See Nike with no Hail Mary on the side of no shoe. So if they can't do it for one, they can't do it for all. But see, the thing is, I think they did that without Nike's permission. They did it. They purchased the shoes, redid what they wanted to do with the shoes, and got that Nike symbol still sitting on there.
Well, some people think that's okay. You go buy one shoe and you could create your own design on it. Didn't he not have?
People are saying. That's what people are saying. How Nike gonna say that this boy can't do what he want to do with his shoes because he purchased those shoes. He made a purchase, but you also got to think about the amount of lawyers that Nike got and the backing that they got.
Well, do you think that he had any legal counsel before he went and did this? Because this is a legal counsel move that should have been advised to him before he did this. Because it seemed like an advisement move. Like you may want to be cautious or may not want to do this. Do you think he had any legal counsel, or do he have legal counsel to help to pretty much have prepped him and forewarned him to let him know this is not the direction you want to go with this shoe?
We don't know if Nike win.
If they win, you don't think he have legal counsel, or he just went out there and did it on his own?
If Nike win, that means he ain't have too good a legal counsel. He need to get another team.
Because I find it very interesting for someone at his popularity statute to not have legal counsel, someone that he sit at the meeting with, and they advise him, this is what you may want to be not considerate to do, because this is going to have you over here in a little hot water.
But what if they didn't advise him to do that?
So you think they didn't?
And what if he didn't seek them? We don't know what happened. I don't know. Some people don't look at that because they could have been thinking one way. They could have. That he might not have approached them. He might didn't tell them. I don't know how that worked.
Or do you think he might have had somebody with? Because when you at that level of caliber, yeah, you should have like a business manager. You should have a legal team. You should have some type of performance assessment coach, accounting, all of those things in to help you develop a strong team, marketing team. Well, apparently he have a great marketing team. Whoever marketed this was great.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have had where they sit down and had a meeting before certain decisions were made. Because if that's not the case, then it looks upon like, do he know how to actually run a business?
But what if they did all that?
So they just chose to crash the car into the wall on purpose.
You know how many people do that? Man, for real. How many people you know do that?
I mean, usually I would think people try to make it the opposite direction. Not, okay, go ahead and do that. We're going to watch this ship sink. But it's very interesting.
Scary.
Because there were some people that were saying that, it could be a possibility because they put all this money in it. Did they put all this money in this production for a reason, to set him up for a fall? You think that
well,
was...
Well, those team of people that you just mentioned, apparently, they didn't do their job. They failed. But if that's what they were going for, they succeeded. Because we don't know which way they were going.
I would like to talk with them. Just see where their head was at.
Yeah, you sit with them because you sound like you can talk them into some sense. Or either let them come in and sit and they all got them shoes on. Because my thing is, it's not just the shoes alone. It's the thing behind the shoes. It's everything tied to it. You got the video, you got the demonstrations that they're doing, you got him posting this stuff on social media, you got the shoes, you got the people that's backing him.
And then when you listen to the lyrics, when you hear the lyrics of it, the lyrics is something completely different from the video. And I said, what in the world? I mean, he just...
But think about it. Think about it now. Isn't that how the devil entice you? But something different than what you're going to get, the outcome. He reels you in with a different image, a different message. I'm being serious.
Yes.
He reels you in with all that. And then you get in it. You listening to it time after again and trying to hear these lyrics, and you in a whole nother level. Because they said it was something about him, people being homophobic and all that. Well, they said the lyrics don't have nothing to do with it because I haven't listened to the lyrics. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear him say, I don't want to hear none of it.
You don't want to hear him say what?
I don't want to hear nothing. Spare me. I'm not playing in that realm because that realm, I ain't got time for that. But that's what the tactics that they play. Nothing new under the sun.
Well, yeah.
They use musical instruments to tame serpents and stuff in the Bible. What David was out there doing when Bathsheba was on top of that roof bathing and stuff?
You were playing an instrument.
She decided to go up on the rooftop and bathe. She knew if they lived in the same vicinity, she knew what time that man was out there playing and practicing. You think it was all David? Think about it. You think it was all him? She done got it on the rooftop, bathing, stripping.
How she get a bathtub up there and a shower? Really? You think they would have showers back then?
Think about it. You see, people don't look at everything. That's why I'm like, the children don't have the capacity to think like that. Look at the stuff that they're doing now. Look at what they're doing. They come out with a fad and say, sniff some salt. They doing it. Sniff some flour. They doing it. They doing whatever. Hold pop rocks in your mouth and poke some kind of drink in there. They doing it. They doing whatever because they following this stuff on social media. As soon as they come out with a little dance, they doing it on TikTok. What do they represent? Do the research. Do the background. Now they got this man with blood in the shoes. And you probably would have never knew who blood it was had Nike had said that they finna sue. Now they telling who blood it is. Somebody on mischief, whoever he is. Allegedly, somebody, one of his team members. Mm-hmm. How you know what he's dealing with?
I wonder what is he dealing with. It's just, this is where you ask Curious George to come in at.
It's something serious. This is, and you think about this world at this time in the middle of a pandemic, we're supposed to be healed, getting ourselves together, getting our minds right, dealing with people dying and everything. People dying involuntarily. He basically, you know how many young people are influenced by this? Because as social media look, they don't see nothing wrong with it. They laughing about it. He ain't that devil. He took over. He the devil now. Okay. Immediately when I seen somebody talking about that, I immediately went to my family group text, just sending out scriptures, sending out prayers, saying be cautious, don't be doing that stuff. Because if you ain't in them realms of understanding, I ain't got time for you coming up, I'm slapping you across the head, and I'm sitting here looking at that TV. Ain't nobody here, either me or you.
What? You looking at TV, they gonna do what?
Whatever spirit they done entertain over there, slapping them in the head over there in the corner. That's something serious. I'm telling you to go out there and do this and do that. Watch and see, you're going to see these children. And then they talking about this. Well, we ain't going to talk about it. Well, all kind of stuff they doing now. CDC done put out this apocalypse and all this stuff and mummies and all this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's another conversation because I think I done read up on. So
you know what okay, what dance, what fad, what's going to come on after that? What's going to be the after effect? Because this is not over. And then now you got an even bigger limelight of it because who? Nike, one of the biggest. See, this all stuff was planned. One of the biggest companies is suing them. So now you got to play ABC, CNN, NBC, the other little stations. So, but that's a bigger platform. So what the people gonna do? Well, who's Lil Nas? Like you said, who's Lil Nas? Who is he? What they gonna do? Go research. They gonna go find out. What do you do when you start peeping and people wonder? You get hit in the eye shot. So there you got more people looking into this, trying to figure out. Then they gonna what? I wonder what the song sound like. There you got. It's more and more. You see what I'm saying?
Well, do you think Nike had insight of what he was doing before he did it, and they just decided to let it all roll through and strategize their next move?
I hope they wasn't that stupid. But it's possible. Anything is possible.
Because
just like you had that old president up there, he knew what he would do.
Because you have certain intel and intelligence that work in companies, and they come back and they bring in like top level management what their competitors are doing and what they're working on. So if they actually knew, like, okay, yeah, we know like who Lil Nas is, but a lot of people don't. So he's coming out with this video with these shoes. Oh wow, it's getting a lot of hits. It's gonna get a lot of hits. I think it's gonna do great. Okay, but we're gonna let him do that. Because even I've thought of certain ideas, but I said, well, we're gonna just let him do that. Okay, he done did it. Okay, you're not supposed to. So it's like they come out the woodworks and say, wait a minute, you're using our shoe, but we didn't authorize it. But they actually forehand knew that he was going to use that shoe.
That could be possible, but we're gonna say it's a possibility. It could have happened. It could not have happened. But allegedly, if that did happen, to protect you.
Yes, allegedly.
But that's a scenario. It could happen because you don't put nothing past nobody.
Yes, allegedly. I would just say, just from when you work in different areas and different sectors, and you sit with VPs, EVPs, for those of you that may not know, vice president, executive vice president, which is an executive vice president is higher than a vice president. And when you sit with people like that, you hear them think about stuff. People like in HR, they kind of have strategic plans on what the layout going to be in 3, 5 years. And year 5, we're going to have to do layoffs because we're trying to re-strategize and we want our company to go to this direction because we want to sell some of these departments. We want to actually migrate them over in another country so they actually pay them less than what we're paying the people here. This component, allegedly, it can sometimes work in other demographics and companies as well.
Because bad publicity is better than no publicity. Just like when so many others, now you saying that, so many other companies have advertised like that. You know what? A lot of companies lately has had to come out and apologize to the African Americans and the Asian descent and everybody else because of things that has happened. They don't put this face on a product. They don't said this. They don't said that. What if they had that same mentality? Because people are wondering, how did this get past that table? That these people sit around that table and make these marketing strategies. How did it get past all them people? And y'all don't put that out. Yeah, y'all know what y'all do. Could have, allegedly. Or somebody was asleep, somebody medication was working, or make glasses weren't clean somehow.
They're like, oh, you said what again? Oh, you know what? Why don't you try rephrasing it like this? I'm just leave that out there and let people just think on what I just said. These are type of topics that happen even when you talk about human resources. As I began to engage in sectors of it, I found out in human. I said, well, human. I'm like, well, why is such things in human resources such hush hush? So as I began to dig, because Curious George always tends to. And I found out people that are in human resources, they be knowing stuff before it happened, way before the associates know, but they can't tell you anything. They just say, hey, how are you doing? They be saying to themselves, oh, we knew like 4 years ago we're going to do layoffs, but hey, all things are going great. And then like, yeah, in a month. I felt so bad for little Jimmy. I was speaking to little Jimmy, and they don't even know we're going to have to lay them off in next month.
Or they behind closed doors saying that what little Jimmy he got on my nerve anyway. That's what I heard now. Because that's how they have did when I'm like, well, don't we need to tell them? That's what she did anyway because she didn't follow the other policy. I'm like, okay. And there you see them grinning in their face. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, is she for real? Is he for real? Yeah.
These are these type of companies. And you know, all of this stuff that we said, it's allegedly, Nike, allegedly. And all of you, allegedly.
No proof, no receipts, all our opinions of our own. And it's alleged.
You hear that, Natasha? You hear that, Jonathan?
Oh, his name Jonathan? Yeah, you need to move them because they got too many names and spirits already. You better not look at another video. No. You got too many spirits in there already.
Well, you know about me actually for me to get up here and talk about the video, I saw it and then of course I heard the lyrics. And then I had to be like, oh God.
You have to listen to all that to speak on it, to say it, Larry J. You got enough knowledge and wisdom.
You hear that, Michael?
Okay, let me get off. I rebuke those spirits in the name of Jesus. They will not come up.
That is not
they
no.
Would not come via Verizon.
That is not no. That is not no spirit. I'm naming. I'm naming them on purpose. I'm giving them different names.
Down in the pits of hell expeditiously. Jesus, cover me, Jesus.
I mean, because you never know. Tomorrow, he may be Frederick. And tomorrow, he may be, or she may be Bethany.
Child, I hope I see Kim and Natasha and somebody else up there. Tim and Chris, Larry, somebody up there.
You may see Quatanda. You may see up here Zach. Yeah, you may see Zach. You may see Zach.
I want to see Gabriella. Why we can't get Mary Sue up there, Hannah Ruth up there, Annabelle, and over there with James.
Yeah, they come. It depends on how the day is flowing. Like, this is one of these days, just in case all of you didn't know, because y'all may not know how my mind actually just sporadically just do things. Because of this topic today, that's why the names changed like that. That's just why. This is why Martha's name changed like that. all because of this conversation right here. And then you got over here Kevin. It's all because of this conversation that we having. Because just sit and think about it. Just sit and think. Let it simmer in. You know, like that chicken that I cook and let it just marinate it in the. Just let it think. It'll come to. So hopefully it'll come to some of y'all.
You know, to go back and put some old ancestors for that to deal with that topic, honey. You should have got Harriet and whoever else escaped on the Underground Railroad to deal with this foolishness that they got going on. Because, honey, this baby need his ancestors. Something of what his parents did.
Do he have parents?
That's why I said I wonder. I don't know.
Well, you know, maybe we might need.
Ain't no way in the pits of hell I would have seen my seeds that I've been blessed with to put some kind of advertisement like that out. They would have let it run across my phone and say, Mom, this is what I'm finna do. Can you imagine that conversation?
What would that conversation be like? What would that conversation be like?
That's private. Don't you think you need to go ahead and tie this up, say it, Larry J? You don't hold the people long enough on a surprise visit. Or you were doing a dual show since you started early.
This was a surprise visit. How's she gonna get off that conversation? We all know.
Because you know.
We all know how this conversation would have went. It wouldn't have been no conversation. It would have been more so. How do you know this? She would have got in her car.
I feel that in my
She would have got in her car, and wherever they would have been at, she don't care if it would have been 6 or 8 hours, 10 hours, wherever they would have been at. Everybody would have had to be in prayer.
Yes, God is good.
So, Seeds, if you out there watching.
That's why people have to be proud of their children. Give their children acclamations. Give them praise. Give them, let them know they did good. Let these children know you got their back, you got their support. I love you, I praise you. Use your ideas, use your mindset, use whatever you have. Just be there for them because you never know what this baby going through. If he does have somebody there for him, what they doing? What they worship? Who they are? This baby.
You don't think
it took him how long? How old he is? Let's say he just came out. What when he did that song, the rodeo? What the song was? Old Time Road.
And I think when he was nothing.
Yeah.
When he was talking about an old time rodeo, I didn't listen to that song. I just heard about it. I wonder, do you think I should keep my thoughts to myself?
Please, because it's time.
You think I should tell them what he meant by riding on an old time rodeo? Or do you think I should just let it stay in the Ziploc bag? What do you think, George?
That man ain't no change to George. I know I'm finna get off of here. Well, I'm finna exit this live. I thank you for letting me barge in.
Oh, you welcome. How you know we finished with this live?
I am. Because you talking to George, Nikita, Natasha, Zach, Frank, Henry, all of them. I ain't got time.
This is Natasha. Now this is Albert. Get their names right. Well, it was so good having you on the said Larry J. Ape show. And this, as you all know, and you may not know because I didn't introduce her. I was trying to make sure if she wanted her name out here. But this is Monica. Well, who is she? Well, Monica is. Do you want me to tell them?
No.
Monica is anonymous. We'll just leave it at that. Or maybe you might.
I'm not anonymous. You just don't have to tell them who I am. It's okay.
Yeah.
Monica is enough.
And just go back and watch some of the other lives. You'll put it together.
Oh, Lord.
If you pay attention. Well, everyone.
To pray for our nation. To pray for our nation. Pray for our children. Pray for us in the midst of this. He said he'll let us walk among witches and won't be hicks. Hallelujah.
That's what he said. Go to the priest.
Lord, I thank you.
We got Bishop Dixon up here right there.
Now you done named that man Bishop.
We got Prophetess Zazina up here. They some powerful folks. You might want to get to know them. I think they're the people that can handle this segment of the show. This is what they're for. The bishop and the prophetess. Yes. Amen. Well, you know, on this note, this was a wonderful show. Monica, it was so great having you on today. You have really helped our audience, for those that want to be helped. You have really helped a lot of us when it came to the spiritual side, the legal side, and the just having balance and looking at things at a different perspective. And I think we really admonish that from you and your brilliance as well. So thank you for joining us today. We're going to have to see.
Along with the Ebonics as well.
What Ebonics?
I throw some Ebonics in there because this just caught me off guard. Because first of all, you should have put an announcement up or tag something, say you was going on early or something. I was looking for 7 o'clock.
I thought I hit the email. I guess it didn't go through. Derek, you didn't send the email? No, he didn't send it.
But yeah, it was great. It was great.
Now we're going to have to get y'all on a live show so we can actually, everyone can see all of you. Including you, Monica.
I'll be the one to call in.
No, you'll be the one to be on this show too. How's she gonna come on my show and tell me what she gonna do? You don't have a choice. We're not giving.
they think we're the tough ones. They don't know what we endure from you.
Yes, everyone, I am the nice one. I bet she ain't got no choice. I bet she gonna be on this camera, even if she have to be tied up. Oh, did I say that? What I mean tied up?
Charges. Oh, kidnapping charges. Go ahead on.
What I mean tied up? I mean like she has some little rubber bands and we just be playing. That's what I mean. Cause we have those type of friendly little things that we do like with the rubber bands. She gonna be on this show though.
All right, say it, Larry J. I'm gone now. I don't been on here long enough. I got to do my work.
You only been on it. She said she have to do her work. You only been on there for 10 minutes.
We just got through talking about Jesus, and honey, you making Jesus look bad right now. That line.
You do not see the clock like how it should be seen or how I want you to see
I'm looking at it right now on my computer.
That's not correct. You sitting in the dark. How you see that clock?
Oh, they said you've been online for 85 minutes.
That's incorrect. You might want to check your computer again.
Well, it said 85 minutes ago when I logged in.
Well, you may want to get your phone reprogrammed. Something's wrong with it. Well, we want to thank Monica. She's been such a great guest on our show. We still gonna get her up here.
Bricks and all. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, we still gonna get her up here so y'all can see her face. So thank you so much for joining us today on this awesome, wonderful topic. You have a great night. Now, y'all, what was I supposed to do today? I think I may have time. I was supposed to go. I probably have to go get in my tank because I was supposed to go to Lennox School. And I probably have to get in my tank and go there. Because I wanted me some popcorn, y'all. Then I'm supposed to come back. That's if I don't have to go to war there. But then come back and work out. Yeah, got a lot to do. That way I had to sit there. And that was one of the reasons I went on live early today. Jimmy didn't send out this schedule. So I had wanted to go to the mall and get me some caramel popcorn and come back and get my workout on and everything. Start my little dance aerobic class and everything. Because I got to stay in shape, y'all. I'm getting older. I'm only such and such age. I have to stay young in my youthfulness. That's why I can wear this shirt that y'all see me with on. Y'all want to see me? Stand all the way up, then y'all will be seeing waist down. You don't need to see waist down. Because these pants that I have on, you may see other stuff. So anyway, was that too much information? You know what? She ain't even... Here we go. Y'all hear the train running through her place? It runs right through her place, literally. The train run right through her living room and all her rooms and everything. Y'all heard that train just as clear? I'm quite sure. It's not in my place. The train does not run in my place. Y'all probably thought it did because that's how loud it was. But yes, we're going to go ahead and conclude this show because, we have spent a great amount of time on here today. So we're going to go ahead and conclude. I wonder, can I make it? That tank probably going to take me a good little bit. No, because I can easily just run over folks. So, time to get off. Because I feel my level have reached up to 10,000. That means my filters start to actually ease down. So thank you so much for tuning in to Say It, Larry J. Because you never know what you liable to get up here like. I have been on for this amount of time. And once I get on for a certain amount of time, my filter, it's still a filter on, but it just comes out. So yeah, we still have to keep in mind because this is social media. You do have to think about marketing. Everyone, you have to think about marketing because I'm still marketing myself. I'm still branding myself, and I have to make sure that I am putting out a positive image and you all don't see any strip poles or demonic things or that's coming down around me. Like y'all see the Statue of Liberty right here. But y'all probably can't see it because I have my big old head in the way. I do it on purpose. So thank you for joining Said Larry J. It was so awesome today, as it is every day. You all enjoy your night because I'm going to enjoy mine. I already said it. So you all have a great night. So I will see you all next time. You all have a great night. Bye.